Yet another beautiful day. No trolls here. That's odd. How's everyone doing? Listen up. There's something on the moon. There's someone up on the moon. And in this video, we're going to also look. That's right. If you're just arriving to the channel and you just subscribed, please know that I really appreciate it. It's every creator's dream to have people supporting their ideals, their beliefs, or whatever they're trying to do as a channel. And for me, I'm showing straight up raw truth with a large telescope and other devices like infrared cameras. Right now we're using a telescope. We're on the surface of the moon. These lights that I showed in the past, I had to put up circles because people didn't believe, well, actually one troll didn't believe that they were moving across the surface. I had to prove to people that it wasn't the camera that was, causing these things. And it's pretty obvious in logic when you look at it. But we're going to see something exceptional. Once again, we're going to zoom up yet closer on the 2019 capture, along with this one that you just saw. And free energy systems with smoke? What's that about? Maybe humans are up there too. What's this? Atmosphere? Here we are. There's the real speed of what went by. You want me to slow it down? I will, but I want you to see the real speed. That went by once. So if you don't think I'm lucky to have caught it, I know, and I can confirm to you, one thing is that I was very lucky to have captured it. We're going to see it in slow motion, and I know you guys are all going to appreciate this. I've showed it before coming out of the surface, but this is a bit clearer, and with a green filter, we may just be able to see it a bit better. So we're looking at the surface, and you saw the speed that the UFO fleet was going by, a real UFO fleet. And you see this light, and amongst others, there's 2 or 3 of them there. I'd have to show them all to you. I bet you can't even see them. They're hard to see, but I bet some of you can. So it's coming out of the surface, and it's going up to meet that quick-moving UFO fleet of unidentified flying objects that are going by. Because unidentified flying objects still exist. That's a word that we still use. They like inventing new terms. They like mixing us up. They like confusing us. But remember, it's a UFO. That's the first thing. When you see something flying that is unidentified and you don't know what it is, well, quite simply, a UFO. We can go in even closer and slow it down a little bit more. Very interesting to see where it's coming, lifting up off the surface, and you're going to see the light that remains there. Now, listen, if you're on the phone, don't even think of it. I'm on my big-ass 75-inch television, and I can see the smoke that remains there. There it is, 3, 2, 1, going out. So you literally see it, proof that I captured it with my telescope. And if you want to see more interesting captures like this, I have a lot of other captures on the channel that are very, very similar. I do appreciate so much those of you who take the time to subscribe to the channel, maybe give it a thumbs up, and or just quite simply come back next time I make a video, or those of you who binge videos like I've done all my life, enjoy, because there's lots to see. So on the moon, here's another capture. These are all captures that should be unique videos entirely themselves. This here, we're going to see it twice. It's a light on the surface, UFO, stopped, stationary, and is lighting up another object on the surface at the same time, and then the object on the surface disappears. Let's see that one more time. A lot of rain here for me all week, and more on the way, and some right now. So check it out. The UFO ignites. That's a video in itself. Then it starts fizzing a little bit of movement, and watch over to the other side. On the surface, a light appears beside the craft, and then another light on the surface, literally another UFO, and look, the UFO takes off. Oh my gosh. If it doesn't make you think that there's a war up there, I don't know what the heck it would make you think. I mean, think of this. You see it straight up. It's a very interesting capture. Rewind that part and take a look at it. The light activates another. Let's look at it again. This is so top secret. Look what's... Jeez, look what's going on. I'm speechless. A light lights up on the surface, and that mother's going to take off towards the other light or disappear, and the other one reacts. Look, you see that there's an action and a reaction on the surface. That's war. There's some type of fighting going on the surface. And Look at the UFOs lighting up. Do you see how wide they light up on the surface? This is like front row. It's not like, these are front row seats sitting on the surface of the moon with a large telescope and an incredible technique of showing and getting rid of the pixelation so that we could really see and analyze the details of the surface and of what's going on. There's lights now lighting up. It's lighting up the surface. We see smokes and hazes. There's a streak of smoke as it lifted up off the surface. It's disappearing. It's leaving a puff of smoke. So they have the same reflectivity as the surface. They're near impossible to see. You see that? That's where they are. I promise you. I do confirm that I'm sure they are there under those lights and hazes. Why? Because I'm filming it live. It's in there. Look at it take off. See, watch it on top, take off into the haze. Don't even think of it. Those lines on the surface of light and smoke are deliberate. It's a UFO highway. Okay? And the trolls are flipping out because I'm saying it. Yeah, you know why? Because they realize the bugger got it right. Because that's exactly what we're looking at. Me, you can hear the excitement in my voice. You know I'm excited as hell. Watch as I'm going along the surface in slow motion. Imagine me finding this, guys. Look at the UFO light up. They're all there in front of our faces. The surface of the moon is filled with UFOs. And I'm not just blabbing it out or using NASA fake images that are 60 years old that every single channel uses. You know, I mean, geez, if they're not telling us the truth, don't use their bloody images. I use them sometimes to do comparisons with my work, but their images it's bullcrap. Think of it. They're not going to tell us the truth. Look at the flame on the surface. That's one hell of a flame. They're fighting up there. But now who's this smoking the surface over top? That's higher up off the moon. Look, you're looking right at it. So check it out. You're going to see this UFO disappear and a little puff of smoke's going to remain, just like in the movie. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's straight up clear shot. Do you understand how close I am with my telescope so that we could see in the darkness like this? That's where nobody looks, in the darkness, and that's where all the truth is. You got to work hard at it. And trust me, it's not easy to see the surface and to capture these little bloody lights, right? I caught another explosion on the moon too that you'll see at the end of the video. Watch the power, the fire, as these objects slip across the moon, and look at the fire that remains behind it. Watch what happens to it. There's something about the energy when they're touching points of the moon. Watch the light disappear. It's another UFO. They're hiding in the lights. They hide together in large areas where there's lots of light, and that's how they can hide from everyone on the surface. Even on the surface, yes, they can hide from people that are on the moon. So if they're doing that here on Earth, we're not going to see them either. They're, you know, in the clouds. They're in the water. The truth is all coming out. And we're all complaining that UFO disclosure didn't say anything, when in reality, they admitted everything. They even admit that they don't know what the hell's going on. I think it's pretty obvious what's going on. Been looking at some old documents in the 60s and 70s. CIA directors and more military personnel, high-ranking people are saying, listen, there's over 50 models of UFOs that have been documented. He goes, at least, and that's just what they're saying. Imagine. That is just what they're saying. There could be more. There could be hundreds or thousands of different UFOs in the sky. Look at this one here. What's it doing? Flashing and messaging the other one to hang on, or they message themselves. And look, sometimes the flashes are as big as solar systems. Watch this. Just absolutely incredible. The sky is filled, as you saw in the last video, all the UFO proof. Check it out. A little explosion before I take off and go start on another video for you all. I really want to thank you all for the generous contributions. If you're here, you're contributing to the channel. Thanks for taking the time to subscribe. And we're not done. Good. Let's keep going. Clavius Crater. What's that? Well, I'll tell you. It's a towering object. There's a line there going to it. It's very long. It'll be 6-7 miles long, if not 10-11 miles long, for sure. Yeah. And the crater, the biggest crater inside of Clavius Crater, I'll show you in a minute. We're still pointing to the tower there and the objects. Towering objects right beside Clavius Crater, where NASA says there's water. And look at the line running over top of the crater inside Clavius Crater. Hold on, I'll get that arrow up there for you all. Is it here that it's up? Give me a second. No, it's not. Okay, we're focusing still on the towering objects there. And now it's going to come up. So there's that tower, and look at the other circle on the bottom. There's another black line that goes right across the crater. Of course, on the edge to hide a little bit. And that's transportation, or how whoever the hell's up there is getting around on the moon. We can really see it. It's really cool. I'm going to show you another cool capture. Just finishing off the video with some cool captures here like this. And again, don't forget that you saw a UFO coming out of a crater here on the channel. I'm just like you all. I want to get this proof out. And to my surprise, I was able to capture something that amazing. And that's among other things. Look at the construction inside of the craters. As Southern Highlands, right near Clavius Crater. And that's where NASA's probably going to land. Let's try to predict it before they do. I wouldn't be surprised. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please take the time to subscribe to the channel. And next video coming right up. Thanks for the support.
They are. They're so sad. Yeah. True. The man they're suffering inside. They are. They're so sad. Aliens are mining on the moon. Yes, they are up there. Doesn't matter, cause disclosure's coming soon. Disclosure's coming